Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early December 2021. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate every single one of you. So let's get it going right away, shall we? We're going to get a couple of oracle cards out here just to breeze on into the energy. We're going to shuffle it up one time for my beautiful Virgo friends. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we have for Virgo in early December? And yes, we're just going to look at these first couple of cards real quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus spread with the Shadowland Tarot to see what type of shadow work you might want to lean into in this time. And those have been coming out really cool, so I hope you enjoy that. Only take it if it applies. You know how that goes. Let's get these first couple of cards out here for the beautiful Virgos this week. Early December, what do we got? Okay, yeah, so appearances could be important with this first card. We're going to get one more going here before we really start diving into that. And that that's not bad, but we have Lady Luck showing up as well. That's a good way to start this, regardless of what comes out in this spread overall. I like this. Now, before we fully dive in, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Now, into the reading we go. This first card and the second, they're a little different in vibes, but let's talk about it. This first one, you see this lady looking into a mirror. There's mirrors all over that room. So sometimes this gives me the energy of the Queen of Wands, that fiery, self-confident energy, the beauty. Appearances could be important for whatever reason in life right now, whether it's how you feel you're appearing or you might be working on your appearance in this time. The negative aspect of this card could be somebody who's a little egotistical, so there might be someone like that in your circle. But we'll see how that plays out in the reading itself. Appearances, it could be self-confidence, which I like. Now, moving over to Lady Luck, I don't have to explain too much about her. You see the slot machine, the four-leaf clover, all those symbols and omens of good luck. So a lot of you might be in a big time of change, or there could be some lucky breaks for you in the coming days and weeks. This bodes really well, so hopefully this continues. This really reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune whenever she shows up. So Lady Luck might be on your side in the coming days and weeks. I like that. It's simplistic, and we'll just see how it plays out in the reading itself. Even if the messages aren't too bright and colorful in the main spread, this Lady Luck is a good sign from the universe. So let's get it going. We're going to get into tarot now. Shuffle it up one time for the beautiful Virgos, please, my guides. We're going to get you 3 in the upright and intuitively clarify, just so you guys know what's up. And yeah, last week's reading was titled Karmic Justice Incoming, and the week before that was an emotional block. So 2 completely different messages and topics. So we'll see what we have for you this week. Hopefully things are balancing out for you. Hopefully if you've been looking for retribution of some kind, you got it with that karmic justice. But to me, that usually means the scales are balancing in some way. So let's see what we have this week, because energies are always in a state of flow and flux. Let's see what we got for Virgo, please. Okay, yeah, 7 of Swords. Okay, we'll see how it plays out. But the 7 of Swords, that could be a little sneaky. Let's get 2 more here for Virgo, please. Could be someone in your circle. We got the Page of Wands, so communication could be big. Let's get 1 more here, then we'll really start breaking this down. Interesting how this is all starting to come together. Ace of Wands. So I've been seeing this for a lot of signs in the past couple of weeks, that mixture of fire and air, possible explosiveness or combustive energy. But we'll talk about that a little later. We're going to start moving through this spread one by one. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes of each card. Then we'll get into the juicier intuitive stuff. The only thing that's really piquing my interest here and making me raise an eyebrow is the 7 of Swords in position number 1. Classically, this is a card of things being done in the shadows. It could be someone being a little sneaky, a little deceptive. So there could be someone around you that's in this 7 of Swords mode. Obviously, watch who you have close to you, keep an eye on your possessions, stuff like that. This isn't the best card. It could also be an energy of revelation, depending on what clarifies it. But I would keep your wits about you in this time when the 7 of Swords shows up. Now, as we move through the spread, we have our good friend, the Page of Wands, taking up the center. Maybe some of you are tied closely to a fire sign. This could represent age differences. This could even represent children. All pages are messengers. All pages are students. So in this time, especially next to the Ace of Wands, there might be something you're wanting to throw your energy into, something new you're wanting to learn. This could also be some sort of fiery conversation, and we see it with the fire and air. It could be, going back and forth with somebody. The good thing about fire and air, as I already said, it could be passion, drive, all that good stuff. Motivation. In the bad sense, it could be tempers flaring. So in this time, your temper might be a little more hot than usual. This could just be some sort of message coming in. We'll see what that's about. Now, as we get to the back end, the reason I was speaking about possible new things, we have this Ace of Wands right here on the back. All aces are opportunities. I say that every single time, regardless of the ace. And since there is a big focus on fire, that tells me that your energy, whether it's your physical vitality, hopefully you're taking care of yourself, but the universe could be putting a magnifying glass for the Virgo collective on what you're putting your energy into. Are you putting your energy into worthwhile pursuits, worthwhile things, worthwhile people? Are you wasting your energy in some places? You might need to examine that, but you could have some opportunities coming in. We did see Lady Luck very early, so with that, with an ace, it's very passion driven. So, but I'm still getting that possible explosive energy. Hopefully it's filed in the right direction and it's not anger. But we'll see what all this is about. We're going to dive deeper. We're going to jump in and clarify now. So let's get a good shuffle here for my beautiful Virgo friends in early December. My guides, talk to me. What do we have for Virgo? And yes, this is where we go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine here. Okay, so let's go in on this little sneaky Seven of Swords, see what that could be about. And if you read tarot yourself, feel free to play along. If you're feeling any messages, share it with your collective down below. I don't mind whatsoever, because you know as well as I do that there's limitless interpretations from these cards. So let's see what's up with this Seven of Swords for my Virgo friends, please. Thank you. That came out super quick. Interesting. Okay, we have the Four of Cups. All right, hopefully someone's not thinking about testing you in some way. The Four of Cups is usually a card about thinking, daydreaming, and I have someone with some greasy thoughts going on right here. That's a funny feeling, and that's a funny thing I'm thinking about. Hopefully nobody's like making some nefarious plans towards you, and I'm not trying to be a fearmonger whatsoever. This could go two ways. Hopefully it's not somebody plotting something, but it could be somebody trying to figure out a deception as well. Okay, that's what it could be hidden thoughts. Like there could be a lot of things that this represents. Like a lot of people might be having very hidden thoughts that they don't want to let out at this time, but hopefully it's not somebody making a nefarious plan in some way. This is a warning for sure. Okay, warning about the people around you, warning about doing anything under the table. You might want to keep everything on the up and up in this time. Like don't involve yourself in anything deceptive in any fashion, okay? Even if it seems tempting, even if it seems alluring, okay? There could be temptation involved. We're going to move over to the Page of Wands. I don't want to really pound this message into the pavement. It is what it is. Only take it if it applies. But let's see what's up with this Page of Wands. Interesting indeed, my friends. Okay, yeah, the deck wants to speak to you. These cards are flying all over the place. Why is the Page of Wands here for the Virgos in early December, please? Where's the Page of Wands here? Specific, Hanged Man. Yeah, this is somebody that wants to say something with the Hanged Man in the upright, like possibly somebody that wants to say something, but they keep second guessing themselves. This is a very stop and go type of energy as well. So there might be a lot of situations going on around you where it's like stop, go, thinking about doing something, second guessing it, thinking about doing something, second guessing it. That's the big vibe this is making me feel. Like somebody wanting to bring up a topic, but thinks about it for a minute. Like that's the main vibe, because this is extremely reflective. These cards are complete opposites in energy, because this Page of Wands is go, go, go. Say what you got to say, do what you got to do. The Hanged Man is very pulled back and reflective. Now, the Hanged Man could also represent a Scorpio. Some people say it could even represent Virgo sometimes. But if that doesn't hit for you, like I'm getting that big stop and go or second guessing type of energy here. All right, so we're going to keep moving over to the Ace of Wands. I don't want to cloud that message up too much. Of course, it can mean other things. But let's see what's up with this Ace of Wands. This is a big action-based energy overall, with the top part of the spread being fire and air, the possible combustiveness. So why is this Ace of Wands here before we get into the recap and the shadow work, please? Okay. Hopefully it's a good thing that it's coming in on the end. I like that. Okay, we have the Empress in reverse. Yeah, beware of false opportunities, or if something feels like it's too good to be true, it probably is. That's what this is to me. It could be another little warning as well. But the Empress, if it's not a Taurus you're dealing with, hopefully you're not having rough dealings with a Taurus, because we still have possible explosive communications within this spread as a whole, so beware of that. The Empress in reverse, to me, it could be like a little overbearing sometimes or immovable. So for some of you, it could just be feeling like, okay, like if this would let up, then I'd be able to do this. Or like if this would let up, then I'd finally have an opportunity. But I feel like there might be some false opportunities dangled in front of you in this time. So if something does feel too good to be true, it is for sure. Okay. Now, yes, it could be issues with mother figures, older feminine figures as well. So there's multiple little warnings within this spread. But let's go through and do a quick recap here. Like, the thing that's really catching my attention most is the Seven of Swords in the beginning. But if you kindly look down in the box, my friends, we'll go through it. The Seven of Swords with the Four of Cups. It could just be hidden thoughts. It could be someone thinking about doing something deceptive. It could be somebody plotting something. So beware if anyone might be making plans towards you. I'd keep your head on a swivel. Okay, watch the company you keep, because this is a warning here for sure. The spread overall with all the fire and air, which I've been seeing for a lot of signs, is explosive. It's combustible. But in the center, the Page of Wands with the Hanged Man, stop and go. Somebody thinking about something, second guessing it. I'm going to do this. No, I'm going to do that. Like, big. Even if it's just communication, somebody wanting to bring up a subject and thinking about it twice. As we move to the back end, and overall it could just be stop and go. But the Ace of Wands with the Empress in reverse, the main message I was feeling there was beware of false opportunities. If something seems too good to be true, it most likely is. For some of you, it might just be rough dealings with older feminine figures or a Taurus. But that's the main vibe I'm getting, still that explosive energy overall. So I'd walk a little lightly in the coming days and weeks. So please take a screenshot of that. We're going to shuffle it up one time with this Shadowland Tarot. Do a little bit of shadow work here for the beautiful Virgos. And you know how energies go, my friends. Now with this deck, it is a darker illustration. I know if you've been watching the readings in recent weeks, you've probably seen that. So it forces us to take a darker look at the cards themselves. So that's what we're going to do when we're confronting shadows and doing shadow work, because tarot is very good for things like that. So we're just going to get you three out here real quick, Virgo. See what shadows Virgo should be having a little look at here, please. Okay, yeah, Four of Pentacles as the first shadow card. Makes sense. It's earthy energy. We'll talk about it, though. Letting something go. You might be clinging on to something. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, we got the Death card, another card that could represent Scorpio showing up in the mix. Let's get one more, though. Transformation. It's kind of linking in with the reading we just did, in my opinion. Okay, we have the Four of Wands. So on the extreme ends of this, we have an immovable energy overall. I'll just say that. With the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, you might want to look into repeating fours, of course. But they're both very sturdy, planted types of energies. So maybe stubbornness could be in the shadows. There might be something you're like completely stubborn about. But let's go through one by one. The Four of Pentacles, as I said, on the darker side, could be somebody really not letting something go. Sometimes it could be somebody who's a little jealous, so that might be in the shadows a little bit as well. I'm not calling anybody out exactly. I'm just giving you the meanings of these cards in the shadow sense. But there might be something you're really clinging on to and not letting go of, whether it is a memory, whether it is an individual, whether it is a behavior. You need to possibly work on releasing, especially since we have the Death card coming up right next to it. Extremely transformative if it doesn't represent a Scorpio in your life that may have caused some pains, some damages. It's about the cycles of life, being born anew. And what this tells me in the shadow sense with the two planted cards on either end, if you're looking for a fresh start, if you're looking for change, you might have to loosen certain things up. You might have to let certain things go to really complete a transformation. On the back end, the good old Four of Wands, it could bring a highlight to matters of the home. It could talk about partying it up as well. So maybe some of you have shadows in regards to that. Maybe you went through a big party phase. Everyone does to a certain extent. But this Four of Wands is extremely celebratory in that sense. Once again, it is extremely planted. So maybe loosening up your stance on something or letting something go so you can complete a transformation is a big thing. And hopefully it's not issues with family that you're holding on to as well with a card like this, because that could very well be it. So Virgo, my friends, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, I'll be posting the winners in my community tab on December 1st, so make sure you check that out. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm doing a little winner's choice this month. You could either have your choice of this beautiful Tarot of Dreams kit or a free personal reading from me. 3 winners for December. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments what tarot card makes you happy whenever you see it in a spread. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll pick the winners at random as usual, my friends. Much love to you, and I'll see you next time.